So, hi, Silvina. Thank you so much for talking with me again.
Hi, Vicky. How are you? I'm really excited just to be here.
Oh, thank you. And it was really lovely to see you in person at Top Draw earlier this year. And yeah, really excited just to share what you've been up to in the last couple of years with everyone.
Yes, thank you so much for having me back. Very, great. I'm still happy just to still be in business, and it was so lovely to see at Top Draw, and just see familiar faces. So it was really nice.
Oh, thank you. So tell us all what's changed since we last spoke almost 3 years ago now.
Yes, we were just thinking that the last time we spoke was 2021, so lots changed in the past 3 years. After kind of false start in 2020 with my wholesale, I think we had a little chat that I started my wholesale on January 2020, and of course, then the world absolutely changed. But thankfully in 2022, really pick up things, and now wholesale is a big part of my business. I was really lucky just to get a grant from the Department of International Trade last year to do my first international trade show in New York. So in February 2023, I went with my brand for the first time to New York, to New York Now, and it was fantastic. And this year in February last month, I went again for second time, um, and it was phenomenal. So definitely the wholesale really grows into, and now have an international market, and then that means now that I'm employing two people who can work with me, and they're both moms. They are incredibly amazing. I wouldn't know what to do without them. Yeah, it's been a lot of changes since 2021. Yeah, very good.
That is a lot of change. And so the people who work for you now, what are they doing? Are they doing the making or other parts of your business?
So they work like part time because as well they have their own business, and that's what I think I love, that they are business owners as well. So it kind of works in some symbiosis. We both like work each other, sorry, help each other. In the work. So they sometimes help me packing when we have massive orders, as well. Another one of them as well help me a little bit with the admin, but we're rolling these kind of branches that basically as well we all have branch, so then I can help them with their business. So I feel like it's just not only they just come and do the job, but I really want them to succeed in their own businesses. And what I can bring is just experiences of being doing this for 12 years, and they kind of started maybe 2 years ago. So yeah, it worked really well.
Oh, that does work really well. That's really nice. And that also leads me on to the other thing I wanted to ask if you were still doing, because I think this ties in so nicely, is are you still the lead for Etsy in Brighton?
I stepped down in December after 5 years. That was, 5 years, long time, and it just needed change. And also my team, the leaders that they were just doing it with me as well. We were five of us. We all decided to step down as a team. So we give the opportunity to other team and other people just to lead. But also, after 5 years, it feels that we as well needed just to take time for our own businesses.
Mm.
Me and the four leaders, our business were growing, and we just needed just to take time just to kind of maybe focus a little bit more. But absolutely still, with the community, I'm really interested in the local businesses and what's happening. Recently, I've been invited to at CHQ. I was, I think, last week or a week ago. So still involved in the Etsy as a market, and I'm really interested in how just to get the best for the platform for other sellers. As I think it's a great way for selling if you're a product business.
Absolutely. And I can see why, after 5 years, why you would have felt the need to step down because it must have been such a big time commitment for you.
Absolutely. And we were all like doing it pro bono. We were just doing it for free. Like no one, and that's, we did it absolutely fine and with all our heart. But it gets to the time in some point after 5 years when, with your families and the children and all the things with life, we felt that okay, it's time just to, as a unit all step down as well. So still running with lovely lovely people, a lovely team is running it now, and still going and doing socials and events. It's just, yeah, we needed a little bit of a change.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you for updating on all of that. And so my second question for you, Silvina, is what would your number one piece of advice be for other product creators?
Well, I have three. Is that okay?
Yeah, of
I would
course.
just do three top advice, which I think is just really important. I'm going just to be concise. I think the number one will be know your numbers. If you have a business, you must be doing profit. And if you're not doing profit, it's a very expensive hobby. I say this to like all my friends who own small businesses, like you need to know the cost of each product and how much you're doing in each sale. It's very, very important to work your costs regularly. Maybe just check if there's other provider that can give you, I don't know, a better price on boxes. So go back to them. Hey, can you just do a price for me? I think it's very important, the communication of the cost. And it's something that is, yes, really boring, but we have just to do as a small business just to keep, the profit there. And particularly how things are going at the moment, I think in the UK, it's an important one. I think the second one is also how great in being a small business is how great that we can pivot, that we can change things. If something is not it's not working, like I don't know, a product is not working, just dump it. Like you can just do that or rework it or see why it's not working. Just we have so much possibility to change as a small business. I think that because we can do that. That there's an easiness just to the change. And I think the third one, which I think is the most important one, I will say take dates with yourself. And I know this sounds quite weird, but I think book time off on the calendar to go to an exhibition, to go to a museum, to read a good book, it's or just to go for a walk with an audiobook about business. I think it's very important for a creative mind to just take time off, because as a creative brain, I think the most wonderful ideas come when you're doing something else, like while you are doing the walk or doing a swimming or in the shower. So I think if it's imperative, if you're stuck in the business, to actually remove yourself and just say, well, I'm doing something else, and the problem will work out on itself. It always happens.
Well, thank you. I think, yeah, that was three pieces, but they were all amazing pieces of advice. So we will accept it. Thank you so much. And it was lovely to catch up with you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you for having me, Vicky. Yeah, all the best.